I'm an adopted child. I have 6 other siblings. Our mother was in prison. I've had a lot of things happen throughout my childhood and life.
At that point, I had already met somebody, and he was a good Christian man. We decided to go ahead and get married. Zakari was part of the adoption since he and I were getting married in the process of me having her.
I started feeling the anger from my adoptive father.
Little did I know that making the decision of including another person in our lives was going to send us into a whirlwind roller coaster that ended up being a very abusive relationship.
There was always screaming and yelling and fighting all the time, and he was very abusive towards my siblings.
I just could not have that. We separated and divorced, and so he got 50-50 custody. We were alternating her every day, and she just started having anxiety.
He didn't hurt me until I was around 3. He didn't like that I preferred my adoptive mom more than him, so one day during a visitation, because they were already split up, I told him I don't want to be with you, I want to be home. And so he decided to take me to the house and beat me, which felt like hours. I was scared of him. And so that was, I think, one of the first traumas in my life.
We end up going to court. Zakari's having to say her story, and she's feeling the pressure, and that was pretty much the beginning of all the pain that she started to have.
My mom thought it was the best thing to send me here to California while she stayed in Florida.
I wouldn't have to worry about him finding her at daycare while I'm at work and things like that.
I felt like she didn't want me. I didn't want to be around anybody. I remember crying myself to sleep and hearing her on the phone saying that she's going to see me and just not believing her, never thinking she was going to come back.
Keeping her safe was the best thing at that time. But hindsight, looking back, from what her story is, it wasn't the best thing. She would have rather have been with me.
I started not trusting people. When she did come back, she came with my brother and his wife and the baby. I was at school and I had saw that my friend had gotten hit by her father. It triggered me. And I called my mom and I said, I need to go home now. And so she sent my aunt to pick me up. I just remember it escalating from there. My aunt didn't understand why I was leaving. She was like, you should be in class learning, da-da-da. It was just a lot of arguing and fighting until the point where I just slept. I just remember sleeping the weeks away, just sleeping the weeks away. Until I finally asked my mom, I said, I need help or I don't see myself living much longer.
I told her that we're going to get help. You're not going to die. You've got this, remember? You're my miracle. And she says, I'm not a miracle. I'm nothing. You see the miracle. It was your dream. It's not my dream. I don't see it. I'm nothing. And then she just started crying. I want to die. I just want to die.
I was tired of feeling that way. Selfishly, I didn't want to be there anymore.
You know, I'm like having to look all across the states for something. My daughter, she's struggling and she needs somebody that can help her crisis. And I said, she's gonna die. And so the lady said, well, haven't you heard of the BHI programs for youth? And I was like, what? And then she said, let me transfer you. Next thing I know, I have an appointment and we go in and I felt help.
At first, I was afraid. It was really scary. I didn't want to open up. I didn't want to friend people. I hated people.
We always say sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. And in Zakari's case, that happened along the way. But she didn't give up. She had perseverance and determination.
I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Things that they taught us was like cognitive. So mindfulness was a big part of that.
There were classes for me too with other parents that were feeling what I was feeling. And I started to realize that, number one, I needed to let go of control. I was controlling Zakari so much that she couldn't live her story. And the BHI helped me realize that that's okay. Let her have her moment. Everybody has moments. Life is hard, and this bubble that I was trying to create was actually hurting us instead of helping us.
They feel lost, they feel hopeless, they feel like there's not an answer and there is nothing that they can do with the struggles that they're having. And so a lot of times some people unfortunately end their lives because they don't know that there's hope and there's help out there.
I don't even think I'd be here. I tried every therapist. I tried going everywhere to talk, and nobody could help me the way Behavioral Health Institute helped me.
She went from someone who was guarded and withdrawn to someone who was open and really a leader among her peers and a leader in the group.
It was great not to feel alone anymore, to be around people that understood, that finally could listen and not run away.
There's a big, huge stigma when it comes to mental health. No one wants to admit and say, hey, I'm having an issue or I'm having a difficulty. And they don't know that this is a judge-free zone.
Seeing your peers get better with you, it was really nice to see. It became a family to me. The people, the staff.
You can see the relationship with her mom increasing and the communication was working better, and mom was in her parent group talking about, hey, my daughter is having success and I see her engaging in the family more. I see her in school doing better with school.
The Behavioral Health Institute helped a lot saving my life. It helped me see my purpose and realize that I want to help others like me.
Without the BHI, I truly know that Zakari would not be with us today. They are the miracle. They are God's seed, the seeds of hope.
Life now, it's very good right now. I'm gonna be going to homecoming. My grades are very good right now. I have straight A's and B's.
Today, Zakari is life. She laughs, she plays, and that is a whole different child than what I had a year ago.
I can see myself being a great adult in the future and being able to handle things differently because I had that extra help that a lot of adolescents don't have.